Hi, Dr. Rango. Hi, class. So, this video is about my shifts in my thinking from the beginning of the course to now. Um, After taking the self-assessment over, I realized there are a few concepts that definitely have changed my mind after, doing the paper and reading. So question number one is actually the first thing that's changed for me. If I had a client who could no longer pay the fees, I would lower my fees. I had originally put disagree, but now I agreed to that because after reading the Code of Ethics, I realized you can't just terminate with the counseling process with your client. It's important to always try and continue on, or at least accommodate the client, and having, assuring that they continue the process with someone else, if not you. So if that means lowering your fees temporarily, then so be it, because again, our client has to come first, and ethically we have to accommodate them if we have to terminate. The next one for me was number 3, which is to be an effective helper. The therapist must be free of any personal conflicts. After discussing this in class, I realized we're human beings and we're always going to have conflicts, and it's not, the goal isn't to be problem free or anything, but to make sure that any problems we have, we don't take it into the counseling session with our client, and that our client's number one. And if something's going on that, interferes with our counseling sessions, then maybe we need some time off, but it's not going to be, problem free or anything. And yeah. So another thing that's changed in my mind was if I were faced with a counseling situation where it appeared there was a conflict between an ethical and legal course to follow, I'd strive to do what I believe was ethically correct. I had originally put undecided because it really confused me. I wasn't sure, but now I'm putting agree because I think that, our ACA Code of Ethics are something that we should try and follow, and it's like guidelines, and legal, like sometimes we have to like challenge the laws in whatever state we are, because they may be outdated or something. And I think that as long as we have, the client's best interests, and, there's no law like that we're breaking per se, I think it's okay. Then the last one was regarding the issue of confidentiality. So I had originally not really understood how important confidentiality was. After reading the Code of Ethics, I realized confidentiality is like number one, apart from trust. And if you break confidentiality, you really break the trust you have with the client and all that hard work you put in with them, because, they're trusting you, they're confiding in you, and it's so important to keep confidentiality unless it's a potential, risk of harming themselves or others. That's the only time really necessary to break confidentiality. But other than that, it's so important to keep it, and I think that's one of the main things I've understood, or I understand now, reading, the Code of Ethics and my reading. So I put from agree to disagree. Anyways, thanks guys. Bye.